Let's start the question number 4 of 2026 January. Now this is about probability distribution, and also mention this is our discrete random variable which is x. So a and b are constants. Yeah, the cumulative function is given. Okay, now they're asking to find the value of a and the d and the b and the c. Literally we have to find all the variables. So what we can do is, we know when we are going into that, when we have a probability function, f being the 0. So here it's quite easy to get it, because we know here f0 is half. So f0 means when the 0 value. So in here we can see when the x is 0, we have probability is a. So this will straightforwardly tell you a is gonna be half. Okay, this is gonna be half. Then they are asking to find the value of d. So how to find the value of d is, we can put, okay, and we know the total probability when you add up. So all the possible options are 0 and 2 and 3. So the total probability, when this is a cumulative distribution, no? So when you add up everything, so if we say half plus, because this half is coming by adding this, and this will come with the other one. So what we can say is, with in a cumulative frequency, we know the last one will always be 1. So d is going to be 1, because the total probability is 1. Okay, now we can go with the b. So what we can go with the b is the same theory. So we know this everything, this half plus 2b plus b will be 1. So 3b is half, so b is going to be 1 over 6. So this is going to be 1 over 6. This is going to be 2 over 6, which is 1 over 3. Now we have all the probabilities. We have b equals 1 over 6. See, if we know the probability is 1 over 6, what we can check is now this one. So what do we have here is the probability of, the probability f2, which is the cumulative frequency. What it means is x is less than or equal to 2. So here what are the less than or equal to 2 options are only a and the 2b. So we can write it's a plus 2b, which is the c. We know a is half, 2b is 2 times 1 over 6 is c. So we can get the c as 5 over 6. So that will be 5 over 6. So the something interesting to notice is the cumulative distribution function. So what does that mean is the main point here. So these are all the variables. So yeah, that's how we find the A section. Now let's go to find the B section. In the B, what do they ask is expectation of 12x plus 4. Before that, let's revise our memory. What is the expectation is? Expectation is we know it will be x and the p capital X equals x1. So that's the sum of this one. So in this case, for the every expectation we have to keep on adding. So in this case there will be x is 0 and a 2 and a 3. All the cases we are adding it up. So here, first of all, to do this question, we need to find the expectation of our given function. So when the x equals 0, 2, 3, the probabilities are half and a 1 over 3 and 1 over 6. So what we have is expectation, this thing, that would be our x variables we had 0, 2, 3. The probabilities was half, 1 over 3 and 1 over 6, and this is the x. So with this information, what we can take is, we know the expectation would be first value 0 times 1 over 2, you add it to 2 times 1 over 3, and you add 3 times 1 over 6. Taking the addition of everything is the expectation, so what will give you is 7 out of 6. This is the EX. Okay, actually the reason of taking the EX was that we can use it into this equation. So if we check E, 12x plus 4, we know we can write it like 12x plus, even we can take it from the straight itself, which is we can easily take the 12 outside too, which is 12x plus 4. So that means we got the expected value, so it's going to be 12 times 7 over 6 plus 4. This would be our answer, which is 18. That's the expected value. And then they are talking about the variance. So I think, as we know, before we find the variance of this, we have to first find the variance of the other one. But let me show you the variance of 12x plus 4. We know the plus 4 doesn't really comes to the variance equation. So what we're going to have is the 12 is coming to the front, but that will be 12 squared and variance of x. So this is what we want to find, which is, once you get the value of variance, you can easily multiply. So to find the variance, we know the variance is this is given by E squared, and let me write it neater, x squared minus E x whole thing squared. So we know this number, it's just that E x squared we don't know. Okay, let's take it in another place. We'll take it in another place, so let's use this space. E x squared, that means you're gonna get the x value. So with this table, x value, but you square it, you multiply it with the probability here. So what will happen is 0 squared times 1 over 2 plus 2 squared times 1 over 3 plus 3 squared times 1 over 6. This is the value. So what we would get is, once we added everything, what we will be getting 17 divided by 6. So we know that answer here, 17 divided by 6 plus EX was 7 over 6, and you square it. It's not plus here, it's subtraction here. Be mindful with the symbols, otherwise it will direct to a bigger issue. So what we're going to have is, this is 53 divided by 36. Okay, the reason of we getting that was we can use it for here, which is 12 squared times 53 out of 36, which will be give us 212. So the answers are gonna be, here it is 212, and here it was 80. Okay, this is how we complete the question. This is pretty straightforward. It's just that you should remember all the equations and where to apply that. Thank you. Hope this is clear.